This is Chris and Eric. We're doing the Chris and Eric coffee time, only just without coffee.
Sans coffee, yeah.
Yep, sans coffee. What we're talking about today is accountability and how do you get there and what is it? So here's my definition. Accountability is knowing what you need to do to accomplish the greater goal. So when I look at it, there's three essential parts to this. When you're measuring other people or when you're looking into yourself. Number one is their desire. Do I have the desire to accomplish this goal? Next is tools and the skills to use them. Tools can be hard tools or they can be soft tools. In other words, do I have the understanding or do I have the capability to do this and the skill set to make it happen? And then there always has to be structure. Do you know when it needs to be done by? Do you know how it needs to be done? And who do you give the end result to? Now, all of these have to work into harmony. They all work together. If something is going wrong and accountability is falling apart, it's usually one of those things, but it's influenced by another, such as maybe somebody has great desire and you've put structure in place, but they really don't have the tools and the skills to use them, so they lose desire because they feel that, wow, I can't really get this accomplished. So their desire fades and now they're not accountable anymore. I know Chris has a real good, I'll call it real life explanation other than my very cut and dry, I'll say business way of looking at it. So Chris, talk about your three things on accountability.
Right, so I'll draft off your three things actually,
Okay.
because I think they're perfect. And I can just apply them to myself and how, went dark there, and how I guess, follow through on your three things. So
Okay.
the first thing, right, is desire. And that's what gets you up in the morning, or that's what gets me up in the morning. It's like I have a desire to go out there and do real estate stuff, you know? So that's kind of my motivation. And also improve. So I have a desire to do real estate stuff and improve. So that's the first piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that, everything else, it's harder. You know, that's kind of the train engine.
Get me up out of bed.
Right, yeah. You have to have a reason that you're doing this stuff, you know? And we've all talked to buddies or, you know, acquaintances where they don't like what they're doing and they're like, you know, hey, I don't really want to get out of bed for this. And so, you know, desire, first thing. Tools and skills. So my buddy had this awesome analogy. He was talking about where he was at his job. And he said, you know what, I haven't had a sale yet, but I feel like I'm just in the back room and I'm sharpening my knife.
Yeah.
And it's like, he was saying that everything, hey guys, everything he was doing, even though he hadn't had a sale yet, was leading to that point, you know, which I loved. It was like he was
getting ready.
Yeah, he was getting ready, totally. And then the final piece, you said structure. I might say for myself, organization.
Yeah.
And it's like,
thing.
yeah, totally. And it's like, hey, are you, you know, are you organized enough to make all this stuff happen? You know, and that means staying on top of your contacts and following up and doing all that kind of stuff. You know, but it's cool because, you know, really, if you were to just take those three things and figure out exactly how they apply to you, you would be off to a great start. Like, I don't think that any of this stuff is rocket science, you know, but it is just being disciplined and having some initiative and then following through.
That's it. So to wrap it up, just to start being accountable, look at desire, look at the tools and the skills to use them, that ability, and is there structure in place so you know the who, what, when, where, how, and why of the situation. So let's sign off. I'm Eric.
Yeah, I'm Chris.
See you next time.
Yep. All right.